So for task 3 database, it's going to be 3 parts. The first part is importing, creating relationship, and create form. And second part is for your first report, and third part is for the third report. So we're going to start with the first one. Let's look at the question. You're not going to prepare some reports for the company. These are based on tables containing data from about customers and engineers. So engineers can be qualified to serve gas, electric, and or air conditioning systems. Make sure all currency values, so here, make sure all currency values display the same currency. So they didn't specify what currency they want, as long as same currency symbol, and are set to 2 decimal places. Dates are to be imported in day, month, and year. So we're gonna take note of all this, and we're gonna use suitable database package, which is Microsoft Access. Import the file customers.csv. So external data. CSV is generic text format. That's why we import text file. So mine is in desktop. Call customer. Next, make sure you make the first row as your field name. Next, click on advanced to check, make sure it's CMY. And you can also set all your data types here. So let's say text, followed by number, leave it as integer, then text all the way until telephone number, change to text, date with time, text again, price, change to currency, and then you have engineer number as text. Okay, done. So I just want to double check, especially for the telephone number, it's text. Next, primary key. So set a primary key which is appropriate. So a primary key must be unique. So in this table, based on the information given, this is the unique reference key. So that means our customer ID number is the primary key. So we choose our own primary key, customer number. Next, no need to do anything. Finish. Close. Now we don't need this table. Open this. This is how your table should look like. You should only have one here. If you got import error, click at that, open the table and see which field you get the error from. So once everything is okay, go to design view, because we're going to change some of the format. For date, we're going to change to this format. Click date, and down here at format, you type dd d-mmm-yy. And then for service, this is just for meaning. So let's look at service. Okay, all this G, GE and all this, they have specific meaning. This is for your own reference. No need to write anywhere. Sorry for the noise. And then for price, it has to be in currency and 2 decimal places. Price. So the format here you can change to currency, decimal place 2, save. We are done. Okay. So for your evidence 3, you take a screenshot of this part. What you want. Evidence 3. Save. Later, you can resize. Don't waste your time to beautify your evidence document. So complete all your tasks. Once you're gonna print your extra time, then only you resize and make it nice. So let's continue with question 11. Import again another table. And Y, text, Boolean, so it's yes or no. boolean, boolean, text. Okay. Next, primary key. Set appropriate primary key. So we need to look for unique. The unique is engineer number. So engineer number is our primary key. Finish. We're done. So we're gonna do some setting. Go to engineers table. See all these checkboxes? Gonna display it as yes or no. So go to design view. Put your cursor here. Go to lookup. Change the checkbox to text box. We save the word Control S. Save. Okay, nothing else. So evidence 4. This one. Okay, next one. An engineer has joined a company and a record of their personal details and skills needs to be entered into a database. Create a user-friendly columnar data entry form and use it to enter this data. Okay, to get this one, user-friendly columnar data entry form. There are a few things that you can do, but the easiest one, number one, have a meaningful title, not just title. Yeah, I write it down, I type it down here so we can see. Okay. Next one, meaningful field name or question. Anyone ask question? Number three, appropriate field size, text boxes. Number four, have button. If you know how to create radio button, even better. Okay, these are the things that you can do. Alright, so we're gonna create a form for engineer table. How do I know engineer table? Because first of all, it's about engineer details and look at the field names here. It's exactly the same as the engineer table that we have. So you go to create. This is under form section. You should get familiar with all the sections that you have here. On visit, engineer table. Next, columnar as requested. Next, for a meaningful title name. So I'm gonna put engineers personal detail. Finish. Then first, okay. So this is what we are working with. You can go to layout view. This is what you see. So you can readjust and change the field names, like I said just now. So we need this. You can go to design view. This is about engineer number. Write the full form. Last name. This is about service or repair. Let's see here. Service. And service. Yes. That's question. and we can say yes and no. So I prefer that to be in a radio button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete for gas, I'm going to delete for electric, and I'm going to delete for icon. I'm going to create radio buttons for this tree because it's Boolean. So the answer is yes and no. So here it's going to be gas, registration number. Let's make this nicer. Right, let's arrange first. Before I arrange, let me create buttons. So to create your radio button, don't just simply choose this. Okay, you need to group them together. So choose option group, and then you put somewhere first. So the option is yes or no. It's your choice. You can choose the default one, or you can choose not to have any default answer. The value has to tally with your data. So you can open back your CSV. Let me show you how to find out. So in yes, okay, you see -1, -1, -1 for the first person, easy one. So there's only two numbers. I'll show you again. There's only for Boolean, there's only going to be two numbers, -1 and 0. If you're confused which one is yes and no, just check for one. Let's say for E01, all is -1. So what you're going to do is open, open E01. So -1 is yes. So 0 is no. Going back to the form, design view. So we got to delete this. Again, yes, no. Let's say I don't want any default value. So yes is -1, no is 0. And where you want to store this, because this is about gas. So I want it to store in gas. If it's only yes and no, put radio button. If you put checkbox, that means you can select more than one answer. So here I want to write, can you service gas? Finished. This is for gas. Later we arrange. Just put in first. Same thing. Electric. Okay, now we arrange. We have our radio button. Let's check if it works or not. You can go to form view. Yes, yes, yes. You can move to the next form by clicking at this arrow. It's working. So it's moving. Now the button. That means it's working. Let's go to design view and rearrange. So this one is too big or too tall. Can make this so wide. I'll bring down the gas station. Right. Okay, better. Alright, so we have buttons, we have proper name, proper field size, and we have proper title. So basically we get 4 points. But just for in case, I'm going to show you how to create buttons as well. So buttons are quite easy, straightforward. Just pull it down a little bit so that you have more space to put your buttons. This is for button. Put your cursor. So I'm going to create arrow. So this will be my maybe this on the left hand side. This of the first record. So you can choose to have text or picture, and then you can choose which picture you want. Then usually whatever command that you write you cannot see because you will see the sheet. So finish. So you can continue. There's one new record. Just save the new record or any changes that I make. This is to delete record. Okay, so we have buttons and we have radio buttons. Confirm format. Okay, save. Right. So going back to the question. So we are done here. So we're gonna put in new information. So you have to click at form view in order to create a new detail. If not, if you're just using your layout view, the button will not work. Okay, so it has to be in form view. Click at form view, got a new form. Alright, so engineer number is E27. First name is Evan. Last name Everett. So it's yes, yes, and no. GRN 541643. Save. Okay, done. So evidence 5 will be this. Please make sure to capture everything that you have done to your form because this is the one that's going to give you mark. Evidence carries a lot of mark. Save. Always save your evidence 5. Okay, now we are done with our form. Close. Next is create one-to-many relationship. The relationship is database 2 relationship. So you can just double click, show your table, or you can drag and drop. They want engineer number and engineer reference. The easiest way you can do is you look for both, just drag and drop. So they will automatically arrange. Engineer number from engineer's table, engineer reference from customer table. This is the screenshot that we want. Take a screenshot. This is your evidence 6 because only in this screenshot you can see it's one-to-many relationship. It is stated at the bottom here. So you press create. Let's say you press create already. Now see the box. Don't take this picture. Just click at this line here, double click, and you see this again. Take a picture of this. So this is how you create relationship. Save, and you can close. Okay, next part. We're moving on with question 14. So for question 14, using the fields from customer table, so they are only asking you to use from one table and produce a tabular report. Before you create a report, you need to create a query, always. Okay, so query wizard. So before we start our query, we're going to read this question. We're going to segregate which one we're going to do in query, then which one we're going to do in report. So there are two parts. One is Q, one is R. So in query, as we learned in class, in query you can import fields, create a new field if they want, and you can filter. So in report, where we will do the sorting, the counting of records, the counting of sums, add new label, add your name and details. Okay, so the first one, show only specific field, show only customer number, blah 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 blah, until engineer reference. And the highlight here is in this order. This will give you 1 mark. If it's not in this order, minus 1 mark. With data and label fully displayed, do not group them. Okay, do not group. Here, next one. Select only visits on the date 5th March. So it's a filter. So to do a filter, write a filter first. You need to do this in query. So I'm going to label the front here as Q. The first one, importing field, is also in Q. Next, sort the data. Next one is page orientation. Calculate the total price. Label the number. Report title. All this can be done in report. So we're going to do first two. We're going to import the field according to what they want. Customer number, title, family name, street address, postcode, telephone number, date, session, service, price, engineer reference. Press next. Next. If you can, write the title of your query as the title of the report. Finish. So we have our query. So next part we're going to do is filter. You have to go to design view. So in design view, filter, you have to do it in criteria. So you're going to select specific date. So you just go to date column. Just type what you want and press Ctrl S. Run. Make sure you check if the filter is working or not. Click the arrow down and see. You should only have 5th March. No other thing. So once you already filter, save, you're ready to create a report now. Go to report, choose report wizard. It's more flexible compared to the normal report. We already done our filter, we have worked on our query, so we're gonna push everything from query by clicking this button. Press next. Any grouping, they do not group, so no need to do anything. Sorting, don't do here. When you do sorting here, it will mess up with the arrangement of the fields that you already done. Okay, next. Orientation, landscape. Change to landscape. Next. The title of my report, daily service visits. Finish. I have this. So before I rearrange and make sure everything is fully visible, so obviously this is not fully visible, the street address is not, later I'll rearrange. So before I rearrange, I'm going to do layout view. Go to layout view and we're going to do sort. Click on group and sort under report layout design. And you see add sort here. So what they want us to sort the data in ascending order of engineer reference and ascending order of session. Double layer, so multi-level sorting. So first one, engineer reference. And they want ascending order, that means A at the top. So like second level, you just click on add a sort or session. Ascending again. Save. We are done. Then you can just off this by clicking at group and sort again. Okay, sorting done. Single page wide. That means your whatever data that you have cannot go beyond this dotted line, dash line. Okay, has to be fit within this. So later we do the readjustment. Okay, so we do until here first. Now we do the adjustment. So I start from here because this should be the end. Price is correct. So I press Ctrl to select the whole column. Push the service to the right a little. Section also, because I need more space for my date. Just scroll to make sure it's fully visible and you have enough space. Okay. Okay, everything is fully visible now. To the left, so everything fits in single page wide. Next, calculate total price charge and display this as currency below the price column. So my price column is here. No need to do manually. Make sure you're in layout view, and at the top here where we did our sort, you see total as well. Since we want to find total price, we use function or sum. Press that and then scroll to the bottom of the page. You see a number is displayed. This is the sum. I move to the left. Okay, so it will look like this. This is the value. Because it has to display right below the price column, so you need to click on your price, then you press sum. Next, we're gonna add a label on the left. Make sure you know where's your left of the number, of this number. So to be very precise, I'm gonna go to design view. So I'm gonna look for the function. So here, so I'm just gonna draw a label, the left, that, delete total, okay. Going back to layout design, and you can readjust, no worries. Too big or too small, two to the right, two to the right, two to the left, just adjust. Okay, save. And then your name, center number, and candidate number must appear on every page. So it has to be either in header and footer. But here you have report header, page header, report footer, page footer. So what I usually do is, if I forgot where to put, I just go to print. So this is my first page, page 1 of 2. Then I go to the next page. I see which part remains so that I can write my name or my detail right next to that element. So based on my observation, the title of the field and today's date and page number remains. So of course at the top I don't have enough space to write. So I'm gonna try to squeeze my detail right next to this page number and the date. So going back to design view, so page number is here. So now means date. So we're gonna do it under page footer. Label, just draw a box, not too big, not too small. Write your detail. Save. Going back to print view, I move to the next page. My information are there. We are done. We are done with print out. But before I print, cross check first. I have all the fields: customer number, title, family name, street address, postcode, telephone number. See, my R is not fully visible, so -1 mark. So I'm back to layout. Here can, but print view cannot. Okay, I'm just gonna extend. Now can. So date, session, service, price, engineer reference. Done. Okay, so all good. So we print this. For now we print it in PDF. Save. Okay, evidence 7. Place the evidence document a screenshot showing the formula used to calculate the daily total. So to get the formula, it has to be in design view. And this is the formula. So all you need to do is resize a little bit, take a screenshot of this part. Evidence 7. Okay, we're gonna continue with printout 3. Save, of course. No need this query anymore. So new table, sorry, new report, new query. So create query wizard, press OK. Don't bring in anything from your query. Bring in fresh from tables. So we want to display specific cells. This. So start from customer table. Name, customer number, street address, postcode, date, session, service, first name, last name, guest, guest registration. Next. Next. Name of my query is morning guest service schedule. Finish. Okay, done. Let's do a filter. So we want postcode start with P. So postcode, quotation mark, PE, street. Close your quotation mark. Save. Check. Run. Postcode, everything starts with PE. Good. Going back to design view. Next one. Session is AM. Save. So still, postcode all PE. Session is all AM. Service is quotation mark G. Or is an operation, so you don't need to put quotation mark. But G and GE is a string, so you need to put a quotation mark. Check. So here is all only PE, AM, and here is G or GE. Save. We are the filter. So we are done. Now we are ready to create a report. Create report wizard from this query. Everything. Next. Do not group the data. Since we're doing reports, I'm going to use different color. Okay, next, next. Don't sort. It has to be landscape. Next, item. because we are bringing in from two tables, so the report title will be differ. Finish. So we got everything that we need, but of course doesn't fit. It's okay. Change later. So we sort first. Layout viewer. Sort ascending order of last name. Okay, save. You can close. Okay, let's make it nice first. So the title, morning gas service schedule. Yep, we're done. Let's fit everything into one column width first. Okay. Alright. So this one can make it small. Wait, taking up too much space. Using my arrow. Okay. Let's check if all the fields are there or not first. Title, family name, customer number, street address, postcode, date, session, service, first name, last name, gas registration number. Very good. Okay, next, calculate and display at the bottom of the report. They didn't say where exactly. The number of visits for this session. So I just put my cursor at session. Then total number of records. We want to know how many records. And then display a label engineer visits to be made on the left of this number. So hunt for the formula and we're going to draw a label on the left. Make sure follow small letters, big letters, capital letter. Follow exactly. Okay, don't simply change capital letters. So that's the way. Okay, save. And then display your name, center number, candidate number on the top right of the report. So it's somewhere here where the title is. So title is here. I'm gonna this is the end of the report. Go here. Save, check. Print view. Okay, top right. Everything is fully visible. So only PE, AM, and G, E, and G. Done. And then last name is standing order. And then number of record is calculated. We have a label on the left, landscape, proper title, and then we have our details. Okay, we are done. This is our printout 3. So print. Always check before you print. So we have evidence 8, we're not done yet. So evidence 8, the one formula that is used. Since we already take a screenshot, since we already like send for printing, or we already print, just move it, then print this part. This is your evidence 8.